The destruction of the black civilization. Chancellor Williams, for all you conscious people out there, page 56 is the reference. The conquest of the blacks by religion. Brother Tad, let's start with you, man. Speak on that, because I know this is a fresh book, and you know we all have a lot of books, you know, in our libraries. So let's speak on that part. The conquest of blacks by religion. We ain't gotta go back 5,000 years.
Nah. We gonna bring it up to date and make it relevant, because part of the conscious community is like a religious cult, whether they want to acknowledge it or not.
Right.
And it goes back to what you said in the condescending tone, because we understand the conquest of religion to control the masses. It started with the Arab invasion of East Africa in 711. We understand that. And then the Portuguese, seeing how profitable it was for the Arab countries, so they decided to invade the west coast of the continent. So those of us who read books, we understand the detriment that religion plays on people of African ancestry. But now to bring it up to date is, if this is the coping mechanisms for conquered people, then let them have this. Let our elders have this. Those of us that know it's a tool of oppression for the oppressors, let's let our elders have it. Let's let them die with that, because our job is to raise the babies.
Right.
We cannot change. We will not change Grandma's mind. She will not put down her Bible. She will not put down her pork chops. So we need to stop and just love Grandma for who she is. But the attack, I find it insulting, because though I don't subscribe to it, I know how to relay my position for people, you know what I'm saying, when I don't agree with them. But now for this cult called the conscious community, right now, where we should be the most sensitive, because we understand what we're dealing with. Because when we hit the battlefields, it's not going to be the Christian folks that's taking charge. They're not going to be the leaders. Al Sharpton, you damn sure know, ain't going to be the fucking leader. They're going to look to the conscious people, the people that truly understand what we're dealing with. But we can't talk to them in condescending tones. When you talk to people in condescending tones, you already shut them off, so they don't even want to hear the message, regardless of how true it is. Because it's never what you say, it's always how you say it. Particularly if we talk about how much we love our people. So we have to start loving them with a tender hand, because we got to understand our people are very fragile. And I always tell people this: look at how they're responding to this massacre with love and forgiveness, for a blatant murder of our grandparents, for the blatant murder of a community activist, particularly in a place where one of our most profound revolutionaries established, an institution he established, and it took place. We don't really understand what we're dealing with. We read all these books. We're great students, but we're horrible teachers. And we have to learn how to be teachers if we actually want to reach the masses. We got to stop this condescending bullshit that we on. Because particularly where I'm at, the people that I talk to, you don't talk to them right, they're going to punch you in your face. They're going to take that book and stick it up your ass, because your level of disrespect that you show. And I realize they only do this against the elder Christian folks, or the folks that seem kind of docile.
Just like the shooter. So the unification, people have a tendency, and unfortunately we do this, we rant and rave on social media, because that's where we get the biggest audience. And we all got to start coming back. It's a unity. We got to unify what's going on. We have about 1,000. We can go on YouTube. It's 1,000 speakers. 1,000, like we said, scholars and doctors are saying, pretty much saying close to the same thing. My problem is, when they're talking, we need to start acting. Let's have beside the camera phones and everything else, on the street, and having an actual face-to-face conversation on what we should be doing. We know we should be battling against it economically, right? We still spending money with the enemy. This is a fact. We still banking with them. It's hard for us to find our own banks. It's very few, but the ones that they're not existent, we're not using them. We know that we need food. We don't have grocery stores. So we can keep arguing about, we all know what's going on. Can we just stop talking about, okay, this is what we know, the media is bullshit. We know CNN is terrible, CNBC, we don't even fuck with Fox, we know what's going on. But if we keep doing this and not doing what we need to be doing, we're gonna be just repeating the damn fucking circle of this bullshit, and this is bullshit, and we just, listen. There's gonna be another incident, unfortunately, after this 9 shooting. We done hit about 2 or 3 last year. We already past that. Alright? It don't have to be an officer that shoot black people for us to start rioting. And everybody who's been shot by an officer, ain't nobody been pressed yet either. The shooter for Tamir Rice, they still ain't solved that. Walter Scott is in the same prison right now with this shooter from South Carolina. They chilling. Why are they in the same cell? Everybody talking shit. I ain't see nobody go down to the cell. Everybody talking junk on the street, but ain't nobody should be in front of that jail right now. You know what I mean? This is the shit I'm talking about. But we gotta start unifying because everybody's it seems like it to me, everybody's on the same page. I got a page, he has a YouTube page. We got two brothers out there, two twins, the red and blue pill, I love them to death, they got pages. We got Dr. Umar, we got Irritated, we got a whole bunch of us. It's like we positive clonings, but we gotta get it together, man. We gotta get it together. We can keep doing this, but we need to do this. I'm sorry.